Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining in today. I made a little video that I'd like to show you to give you guys a little bit of insight as to how things got started here in Niagara.
Do you know what time it is?
It's time to get into it. So let's start this off with the CHCH hit piece article that came out immediately.
Using a megaphone and flashing lights, people with an axe to grind over vaccines and pandemic restrictions gathered at the home of Dr. Mustafa Hirji last night.
It's time to answer some questions. You got some mad parents out here.
Niagara police say they responded and informed the group of the area's noise bylaw, telling CHCH News that the charter gives people the right to protest, and there's...
Okay, we're going to start it there. The Niagara Regional Police told CHCH News that the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms gives people the right to protest. Therefore, what we're seeing occur in this video is completely legal and lawful and well within the confines of the law.
There's nothing in the law preventing people from protesting in front of a person's home. Police say they kept the peace and no charges were laid.
You are not a dictator. You are a dick.
There's no indication the medical officer of health was home at the time, and today he told CHCH News he has no comment about what happened. Hirji wasn't the only one targeted.
So, the police said they kept the peace and no charges were laid. Okay? So now we have a protest that went on in the community that was peaceful, lawful. There was nothing that went outside of the confines of the law. And because everyone there came with a message, followed the law, and worked within that framing, you will now see what members of the municipal government did because they just couldn't handle all of these law-abiding citizens getting their messaging out there as far as they were.
Have been outspoken when it comes to promoting public health measures.
Calling what happened devastating and demoralizing, St. Catharines City Councillor Carrie Porter explains she awoke.
So this is St. Catharines Councillor Carrie Porter. Carrie Porter has put very oppositional views on the internet that are completely different than the people who would be protesting at these protests. Carrie has, in fact, put up posts before stating that she is Antifa. Carrie has, in fact, gone to events with far-left figures in Antifa before. So now what you're seeing happen is a bunch of people who have oppositional political views than Carrie Porter does. So what she's doing is she's using demoralization as a tactic to smear lawful protesters.
To this message on her home,
Let's talk about this message on Carrie Porter's home. United non-compliance. Where did this message come that was spray painted on Carrie's home? Well, I'll tell you where it came from. It came from my Instagram biography. That was in my biography, okay? So you're starting to see what's going on here, right? So they took this protest that happened legally. This happened later on at night at a different location, and they're trying to put them together. They're trying to take a lawful protest, okay, and smear it with a crime.
Cited non-compliance and plenty of foul insults. She believes her support for...
Plenty of foul insults. The other insult that was on her wall said that Carrie is a Marxist. Very interesting, because I happened to call her a Marxist on Twitter in a conversation where we were having a discrepancy. So it's very interesting that after the legal protest I had, we are attaching it to criminal behavior using the government-sourced media.
Health measures and vaccines motivated the attack.
I think there's always room for protest but this is a step too far.
Police are investigating. Porter and Hirji are far from the only community leaders in Ontario to be targeted in this way. Earlier this week, in front of the Premier's house, there was an anti-vaxxer demonstration. And last week, there was one in front of the Health Minister's house. St. Catharines Mayor Walter Sendzik had his home and vehicle.
We'll stop it there. This is ex-St. Catharines Mayor now, Walter Sendzik, one of Carrie Porter's best friends, the lady you just seen on there. Now, this is Walter Sendzik's vehicle, which he says has been vandalized. Very interesting that the municipal government they both work at, that they're both best friends for, have been targeted. Now, let's have a look at Walter Sendzik's vehicle here. We can see this white spray paint that's on Walter's vehicle. Now, does this look familiar to you at all? Because you know what it is. It's actually that spray paint you can buy around Christmas time, and you can spray paint your house or your vehicle or whatever you want to do for the festivities, and this spray paint just rubs right off after you're done using. Isn't that sound a little convenient? And doesn't that sound a little silly if someone wanted to vandalize the mayor's car? Now, why would they use a spray paint that simply rubs off? You get where I'm going with this.
Was vandalized during the federal election. He issued a statement today strongly condemning both incidents, calling it despicable behavior. It's sad that a small group of our community feels they need to stoop to this level.
We have cowards who are trying to intimidate.
Local MP Chris Biddle is also condemning what happened. He also had his vehicle vandalized.
All right, guys. So here we go. Here you have it. We have local member of parliament for the Liberal Party, Chris Biddle, who was probably harsher on these anti-vaxxers than anybody. And what do you see here? It looks like our municipal government and our federal government are having the same things happen to them. Now, I wonder why this would happen. Now, let's have a look at the spray paint on Mr. Biddle's vehicle here. Do you guys notice anything similar to the spray paint on his vehicle and the spray paint that was on Mayor Walter Sendzik's vehicle? Because I'll tell you what it is. It's the same spray paint that rubs off. Okay, it's that snow paint that people use at Christmas time.
During the election.
It's a scary thing to have happen to you because the message is, we know where you live.
Biddle says anger over the pandemic and misinformation on social media explains why public officials are increasingly targeted with intimidation tactics.
My worry is that it'll escalate even further and we may see people hurt or killed going forward.
I understand that pandemic has really made people upset and angry. We're all feeling frustrated. We want it to be over. This is not going to accomplish anything.
Many other public figures have come out today to condemn what happened to Hirji and Porter. Matt Ingram, CHCH News, Niagara.
Now, I've wanted to lay this one out to you guys for quite some time now and kind of give you a little bit of insight and into the background of how all of this started here in Niagara. Now, the one thing I should mention to you all is that Member of Parliament Chris Biddle, Mayor of St. Catharines Walter Sendzik, and City Councillor Carrie Porter, all of these government officials had one thing in common when this vandalization happened to them. All of them, unfortunately, their security cameras were turned off the night that this happened. Don't you hate when that happens, guys? Let me know who you guys think the culprit might be down below in the comments. And please, like, share, and subscribe to my channel.